Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears Columbus Charity Invitational Fallout here, joined with Icy and Zerpting of Fury and Hive. Icy, I'm going to start with you. I've been watching you in the side stations, and in general, you can just feel the energy. It's a different Icy this event. Your performance, your energy. Talk to me about that. Is Icy of the past back, or did you never leave?
I honestly did leave. I did leave, but I'm back, and I'm tired of losing, and I've been practicing a lot. I'm going to give it my absolute everything.
Well, talk about the Fury roster. That's you as an individual. You're performing. What about the roster today? Do you feel like you guys are showing up here this weekend?
I mean, it's hard to say. We only played one game, but this is going to be obviously a really good game. So I think this is going to kind of determine how our weekend goes.
And I know, speaking of this roster, you guys are 2-0 against them. You played them twice in San Diego. You won both of those matches. They were close, but they did beat you online in the Deluxe Community Series online match. So would you consider them an online team? Do you think when it comes to LAN, these guys don't have what it takes?
Oh, they're very capable. I have a lot of respect for them. They're the up-and-comers. They're the new guys, but they have a lot of raw talent, and we all have nothing but respect for them.
And how about this guy to my right here? He, of course, was on Rise Nation. You guys dropped Powers. Powers replaces him on Rise Nation. So your scraps replaced him. Any thoughts about that? Any thoughts about Zerpting as a player?
I mean, Zerp's a good friend of mine. He's very good. He plays on alternate, so I give him, a little bit of, whatever. But he's a good player, and he's smart, and he's kind of a warrior, but, whatever.
All right, Zerpting. You've been called a warrior. You've been called an online king. Can you do it? Do you have what it takes to do it against these guys? And what are your thoughts on that sentiment about you as a player?
Honestly, I think our team has what it takes to beat this team. I think we have a lot of slaying power that is unmatched against most teams, especially this team. But what I just said is, I kind of think about myself, I think I'm a smart kind of warrior, but I'm here to prove that I'm not an online warrior.
So you said slaying power. I want to key in, double click on that. Do you feel like that's your unique advantage against them? Do they not have the skill to keep up with the slaying power of your team? What is it? Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yeah, I feel like the players we have in our team are a lot more aggressive, and we can take advantage of that because they'll be more focused on setting up, and we'll be more focused on just taking them out.
Nice. I'll bring it back to you. Do you feel your skill is not at match with these guys, as he's saying?
No, we definitely match up well with them. On top of the fact that we're a lot smarter as a team. Our experience shows when we play them. But, yeah, I mean, as long as we can, make sure that they don't clutch up too many times on us, we'll be all right.
All right, Zerpting, I'll leave it back to you. Any last final thoughts on your end?
No, I'm thinking an easy 2-0.
Easy 2-0, says Zerpting. All right, feel free to dap it up. Shake hand. That's going to be it. Fury versus Hive coming up next.
Guys, my team is Team Fury, and we are playing for the Lupus Foundation. This is the first time that we're playing for a charity. It's actually, cool to do something that actually matters for people other than just us. The new roster feels good as far as, the will to win and the will to, put pride aside. It's been a while since we've won, and so I think it all starts with pride. We know what we're capable of. We're champions. We've done it before. No one's ever going to take that away from us. We can do it again.
All right, we're back for one of the games I've been definitely looking forward to seeing. Hive and Fury going toe-to-toe. I'm your host, Billy, and I'm here with the one and only Ribs, Benson, and my man, PR. Coming into this matchup, Zerp said it's going to be a 2-0. Easy. Ben, are you a believer?
No, and I don't think he's a believer either. There was nothing about the way he said that made me believe it at all. It's going to be a close game. Is there potential for an upset? Maybe. Am I feeling the upset? Honestly, no, not really. I think for Fury, this should be a comfortable game where they close out pool play and advance through to winners bracket.
Yeah, Jordan, you're one of the most optimistic humans I've ever met in my life. On the flip side, so we see Zerp joining this Hive roster. Hive actually choked up in a matchup against his very Fury team at the last major event. Do you think that they've learned from their mistakes?
I mean, they have to. They lost twice in San Diego to Fury.
Yeah.
And they were, like you said, they were up 3-6 on Foundation, or 6-3, and they lost that map.
Yeah.
So you could come back stronger from something like that. You could learn from it, or you could just turn this Fury roster into a demon that you could never beat in bracket.
Right, and one of Blaze's favorite roster changes so far is kind of weird to me. Powers was removed from Fury, and taking the spot is going to be Shock. Shock brings a lot of IQ, a lot of great rotational skills, and he's a walking 30 bomb. Walking into this Fury roster, a team that's only known to losing against the likes of Optic Gaming in the Grand Finals, do you think that they're going to be able to take it to the next level with this pickup?
I honestly do. I love the addition of Shock.
Okay.
Like, yes, you kind of lose a little bit of that pure slaying when it comes to powers, but Shock brings another dimension to most teams. Like, that short stint on Optic, I think, really improved Shock's game way early in the season. He's able to communicate more. He knows what he needs to stress, and, you know, he can slay, and he can support. He's a little bit of the full package for the team. Not as good of a slayer as Powers, but I think the qualities he brings to the team is enough to equal that out.
Yeah, so Fury definitely picked up a guy that can do just about everything out there. But there's something special about this team, Fury. They're going to be representing the Lupus Foundation of America, the North Carolina chapter. The Lupus Foundation of America North Carolina chapter is dedicated to improving the quality of life for all people affected by lupus through programs of research, education, support, and advocacy. Jose Franchise Mavo has a personal connection to this cause because his sister-in-law and a good friend have lupus.
So to me, it's another one of those things where it's like you're playing for more than the game. You're playing for more than the prize money. You're playing for somebody else. Kind of, Fran said it in the interview. You're playing for the first time for somebody else, and to a lot of people, that's that extra motivation you need.
I agree. So coming into this matchup, pretty much we all know who the favorite star to win this game is going to be Fury. But taking a look at the map bans and picks, let's see how far they're going to go against this Hive team. First map is going to be on Forge Blitz. After that, one of the newer maps, Diner. And then Impact is a tiebreaker map if needed. But on Forge Blitz, Jordan, can you break down the map just a little bit in regards to strategy and weapon placement?
So simply Forge Blitz comes down to that 2v2 up top in the beginning. Everyone knows that Fran and Icy are one of my favorite duos to go in that up top fight. And then we've been seeing that weapon pick down in the B fight, which I actually like a lot. That boom shot fight compared to other maps actually has a lot of space for it. You know, you have the quads, you have the pillars with the underpass. I would like for a big weapon to go down there rather than up top where it to be a smoke fest. And it usually just goes from there.
I actually have a question for you as well, if you don't mind. Obviously, Dyna was introduced in Season 1. It was vaulted, essentially, and has come back. What are the big differences that we'll see this time around as opposed to back in Season 1?
Well, Diner, in my opinion, is going to stay the same. It's a big cross map. You can cross from inside to outside to inside, and you have that fight inside the kitchen. Other than that, it's just all about angles, which, in my opinion, favors that Fury roster.
PR, map 1, who are your predictions going out to?
It has to be Fury. This squad, in my opinion, just has everything you need to be successful. To me, it's just a matter of they're going to be able to put it together. But one more thing they have, we didn't mention. Demo is right behind him.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Demo's coaching.
It's an upgrade from Ryan.
From Ryan, exactly.
Wait till Ryan's gone to say that.
I didn't say that one exactly.
He ain't on the desk anymore. I can say what I want to get away with it.
All right, Vincent and PR, go ahead. Take it away.
Joke's on me, though. He'll have the last laugh. I think he closes the day. But either way, this should be a fantastic game. Fury versus Hive for the first map. Hive, our red team. Fury, our blue squad. You said, PR, you feel like for Fury, Shock is a great addition. Well, unfortunately for him, he already went down.
Early down, but that could be something good that might work for him. You saw Zerfting kind of push up rather quickly, but to bring to this fight where Jordan said Franchise and Icy up here going up against Force and Demise, two up-and-comers, but on the low side, that's Shock with a double kill, so B is one. So they can take their time up here and kind of try and force a triple cap, especially if they're going to cap B, but not able yet. Maybe Kyle's going for a flank, wondering at where he's at. They're kind of forced upward. Can he get any kill in his 1v1 spot? Icy taken out by Demise. Franchise all by his lonesome, finally take it out, but if you look at the score, Fury is going to have a hold of 2 hills. Shock spawning up, basically getting a double kill.
Oh, Demise with the team kill. Shock does well to stay alive. Finds the second trip cap momentarily, but that doesn't look like it's going to be locked in because in come the resources from Hive defensively. They're able to retake control of their home hill, but a series of events there, which, I mean, you think about that 2v2 originally up top. Of course, it was won by Hive convincingly, and then all of a sudden, Shock to the rescue. That player that you said, keep your eye out for, coming in clutch already.
Shock just being very aware of like almost everything around him. He's not tunnel vision on any kills, gets the down. He knows you're going to cross right away. So instead of reloading the pistol, he switches out to his Lancer where he's going to put a lot more damage overall.
Can he try and get another down, though? That's the question. B currently does belong to Fury, but for how long? Smoke goes out, forces Shock to just reposition. Now, again, the fight up top, it's going to be Icy. Zerp in front of him, though. Unfortunately for Icy, he is going to go down again. Still looking for his first kill. Trip cap domination coming through. That's going to be broken over towards B, though. So you don't have to worry too much if you're a Hive fan.
Franchise. Knew it was coming. Gets flanked by Force, though. And this is an opportunity for Hive. You need to be able to put this pressure on. And I would rather go for your own home hill rather than it look like he was trying to overextend over to the other side of the map. You got to know that it's not going to really work, especially since you just killed Franchise. He's going to spawn right behind you with spawn shield. So you got to be careful with things like that. And I'm over here trying to look at this double hill setup on the side of Fury. They do have the lead. If I'm them, I kind of make that rotation towards B when needed. Yep. But if they don't need it like they have right here, then it's just a matter of if Hive can push into the setup of Fury.
Yeah, don't throw it away. That's the key, right? 165 to 91. Looks like the fight for C still going on. Fury doing their best, though. Fran and Kenny both with picks. That's going to give them the numerical advantages. Another kill comes through for Franchise. 2 players left up for Hive. Again, a relatively low respawn round here, but all you have to do here is just keep that pressure up. They have the map control. Trip caps coming through. This round is all Fury. Will they be able to lock it in and secure it? It may be yes. It is yes. A good first round from them.
Yeah, I'm kind of shaking my head right there. That to me, it came down to they won that up top fight. Shock getting basically a double kill, forcing Demise to kill his teammate. So great heads up play by Shock, and I know he's playing under the weather right now.
Yeah,
he has a little bit of a cold, so
yes,
that's another thing.
Thank you. He came
just
around
able
to
to
my
push
apartment
through.
and he was coughing all over it. So thank you very much, Shock.
Yeah,
oh, perfect
right
timing. Perfect timing. At least he's covered in his mouth this time, so that's always good. But what's interesting, and I feel like I kind of have to say it, you see the shots of the players, no jerseys. This team is still actively looking for an organization. That is crazy to me. This is top 3 team in the game, period. One, or players there that have been playing for decades. One of the players who has literally been playing the longest. So any org owners out there happen to be watching this, hey man, pick this squad up. Only good things for the rest of the season.
You're going to get instant success, just like Franchise up top, getting that kill on Demise. Now he's in a 1v1 against Force, as Force took out Icy, and Force with a double kill, winning that up top fight. And down low, looks like it's going to be Shock trying to save the day, getting one, but taking out himself. That's going to be 4 members dead on the side of Fury. Kenny all by himself. He's going to have to prolong this round just a little bit. We hear it coming out. Triple cap opportunity for Hive. Kenny's going to go ahead and get that reset for the time being, allowing his teammates to spawn up and get back into this match. So that's a great heads-up play by Kenny.
And they also get the down as well. Kill comes through. And now Fury live to fight another day. They'll be able to just split the map a little bit. Maybe they go for that home hill setup once again. Zerpting's put himself in a great position to maybe just be a thorn in their side. Besides, he wants to back away, put some extra resources over towards that B hill. Fury now 2-to-1 hill advantage, but down about 30 points.
And this is the same situation we saw them in a round prior towards the end. I would love to see Force take that torque bow towards the low side and try and get a pick on somebody, because there's only so many angles you can get up top. If this was a sniper or something like that, I would agree with you 100%. But with the torque bow, you kind of need certain angles, maybe even splash damage, something to scare him. But Jeff going to get a double kill on Icy and Kyle. Kenny trying to push forward. He has nowhere to go. 1v3 situation. Kenny's going to get one. Does look like tables have turned for a moment. Kenny finally getting taken out now before Shock can get a kill. And these little kills while your team is getting demolished on one side of the map could make the difference.
Definitely could. Ooh. Another pick there. It's Shock that goes down. Kill with a torque bow. Just enough. And Hive doing their best, giving themselves a lead. Once again, they're going to knock on the door for a trip cap. Fury forced to rotate. And here's a quick glance at the fight. It was Jeff who was trying to be the nuisance, and he will fall. Fran with the cleanup. Kenny now going to go ahead and claim his hill back once again. But if you're Fury, you don't have to panic just yet. You still have plenty of time to come back into this round.
Especially, I don't have the timer right in front of me for that torque bow, but I do know, just knowing when the timers usually come up, torque bow should be coming up soon. It does look like Fury's kind of set up for that double hill setup. This is like the 3rd attempt on it in a row. It gives the torque bow over to our Hive if it spawns. But they need to not only grab it, but put it to use quick. Right as of right now, Hive does win off of 1, but Fury's going to be able to make that move. And if I'm Fury, I make it before the torque bow's up.
Yeah, you really want to try and force that hand as quickly as possible. You're looking for maybe a decap to come through. You don't necessarily have to just go for that trip cap. Just try and stop the bleeding. Essentially give yourself a win condition in this round based off points. Let's see if they're going to be able to do so. Jeff goes down front, wants to take the fight. He does so. Zerp goes down. Can he find the second? Jeff doing a fantastic job of staying alive, but Icy's there for the support. Now all of a sudden a team kill comes through as well. Fran kills Icy. Force trying to cause so much confusion. He finally falls. 4 players dead. Demise, last man up. Where is he? Well, he's over at the home hill.
And they know where he's at. They're getting that cap. See them. They're all swarming. Demise needs to stay alive. He needs to somehow get across, try to get another touch. But as I say that, it's going to be Franchise trailing behind, making sure no one escapes. Can he get a double kill on the home? Fury able to climb back into this one, winning their second straight round. And right there, that came down to me. Hive, they had everything going in their favor, and they kind of threw it away defending a hill they didn't necessarily need to die for.
Sure. And that play right at the very end. Trying to stay alive. You don't want to needlessly give away your life, but you see what Fury do. They say, forget the kill. Let's get in the hill first. We know we have Fran trailing. If he tries to maybe OE towards B, Fran, we trust you. Pick up that fight. It's exactly what happens. Fran wins the 1v1. The trip cap domination comes through, and now all of a sudden Fury comfortably in the lead.
And to me, that comes with experience. You know, if you're Hive and these newcomers, if you just have maybe a couple more events under your belt, maybe you know how to defend against something like that. But as of right now, you know, their online warrior, you know, reputation right now just seems to be just that.
Well, that and Handles is 0-5 so far, so we'll look for him to try and find his first kill before maybe a James Bond comes through. It's Icy. Fran, once again, up top, trying to win this 2v2. Talk has been picked, of course, by Icy. And now the fight can commence. Fran's going to go down. 1v2 now for Icy. In fact,
Shock getting one.
Ooh, trip cap's coming through as well. Bear that in mind. Are they going to potentially catch Hive out? Hive should be okay to at least touch the B hill. They do for now. Shock still in this fight. Icy managed to find a pick with a Talk as well. Shock surely should find that pick. No, not going to happen. Demise gets the kill.
Triple cap still looks like they're in control of it. Hive breaking it once again, and also being able to decap A. Does look like Fury is able to gain just a little bit of a lead, but as of right now, Icy with that torque bow, like I said before, with Force having it, I kind of want to see him rotate it out, especially since no one's really playing for that home hill to home hill. You can get different angles through here. You can't shoot under from up top, and Icy already putting it to use as he rotates it.
Another pick. Can he find anything else? No. It's Demise that comes from behind. Demise find the pick and Force with another, Demise with yet another. All of a sudden, Fury are falling. Shock's going to go down as well. A wonderful series of events from Hive. Kenny, last man up. He prolonged the round in round number 2, if you remember, in an almost identical situation. Can he do the same thing again here?
Icy and Kyle are both up. They're coming out of spawn. So is Franchise right here. Somebody needs to be able to get this touch. Icy is not going to be able to get it. Kyle just a centimeter off from prolonging that round. He was taken out, though. Hive finally on the board. And this could have easily been 2-1 in favor of Hive. And this is where I was talking about earlier, the inexperience from these guys. They're going to be looking, in my opinion, should be looking to Zerpting to try and figure out these little things of how to close these rounds out.
Completely agree. Of course, there you saw the high fives coming in from the newest addition to this Fury roster, Demo Bounce, the coach, former professional player himself. One of a select few group of players that have beaten Optic Gaming at LAN. Of course, that came in Season 1 over at London, the winners bracket final.
He was actually who he was playing with as well?
United.
Icy and Kyle.
Yeah.
He got a couple of teammates back. A little bit of United reunion here over on, on the stage.
Only this time he's taking a step back. 0-6 is Handles. Still looking for that first kill. 3 rounds in as we enter round number 4. Is this where all of a sudden, I mean, the thing when you see a stat line like that is they've essentially played 4v5. And they've managed to keep the damage limitation pretty well. They're only down 1 round. It's 2-1. If he starts heating up, maybe he goes on a little bit of a spree, he gets hot, Fury could well be in some trouble.
Yeah, but not with Fran and Icy going big up top, and Zerpting able to escape with the nades. That's going to prolong the Torque pickup, or at least it might scare them a little bit. You see Franchise moving off to the side, not wanting to die by that nade, but the kills going in favor of Fury. Only 1 member alive. That's going to be Handles. Can he prolong the round just like Kenny did? He's going to get taken out. Force is forced to go head down towards that hill, and he's not even he's going to be able to get a touch right there. He actually does get the kill, does get the touch. He does prolong the round for the time being. Members alive, a couple missed shots. Icy going to come out on top on that one. Fury still with all the control over on high side of the hill. That's going to be Kyle Shock trying to prevent Zerpting from getting a touch. Are they going to be able to do it? Yes, they are. It's Icy on the flip side, taking out Jeff. Fury, 3 rounds to 1. Do believe start to run away with this one.
Of course, you can hear Demo in the back there starting to maybe get a little more comfortable in the coaching role, trying to command those troops. Who's known as a little bit of an IGL back in the playing days, but you see that squad and you always think, yep, Fran, he's going to be one dictating the troops. I wonder if maybe that gives him a chance to maybe take a little bit of the weight off his shoulders there, and Handles, I believe that is 0-7. But you look at his score, yes, managed to rack up a lot of points there, caps, breaks, but still Not a single kill so far.
I wonder if that's getting to him in his own head. He might not be vocalizing, hey, I don't have a kill, but in his head, he's pressing that back button.
Someone needs to feed him a kill. If I'm his teammate, I'm like, yo, let me
pick up that down. Pick up that down.
Yeah, look, anything. Yeah, just get on the scoreboard. Get on the scoreboard however you need to do it. So true.
This up top fight. Shock going to be taken out of the middle. Franchise trading with one. Zerpting getting that kill on Kyle. That's going to leave Icy. A little bit of a 1v1. Grenades picked up by Hive. Icy had an opportunity for that torque, but he's actually going to choose to fight instead. This could be a big kill, but it's going to be a big kill in favor of Hive. Triple cap coming out. No one from Fury's got to stop it. 3-2. Fury still lead, but Hive showing some life.
Okay. Closer game than maybe many expected. 3-2. Can Zerpting and the boys level things up? Try and go at the hearth.
Hey, I'm thinking in my head kind of before this match, Fury, we all said it, Fury should take it. But I think sometimes Fury tends to play the team game a little too much to where if a team's able to gain momentum in these shotgun fights, Fury sometimes begins to fall apart and they're losing stuff they shouldn't. And then that's when these players begin to, not want to say turn on each other, but kind of lose a little bit of faith in one another. So it's going to be up to Hive to keep this momentum going and make something like that happen.
Hovering over control tower. Snipe. He's going to be locked in.
Franchise and Icy up top? Yeah, I can see why they'd put the sniper up top.
All right. 22-second respawn. Quick glance at the scoreboard. I'm trying to think of what some of the worst stat lines at the half have been. It was, 0-7 from Fatal Strike over the weekend. That one wasn't the best. This one could well be matching it as well. We'll see, though. Can Handles turn things around here? And then look at that fight, the 2v2 up top. And this time you have that snipe to play for. Fran has already fallen. It's demise with the kill. It leaves Icy in a 1v2. He's able to make it a 1v1, but he's going to fall and Force will be able to claim that prize. The sniper rifle now in his possession.
And Kenny took out Handles. So we saw before, Handles is 0-7. He's now 0-8. This round is going to continue, so he's not out of it just yet. But you got to wonder what that does as a player.
I have to say, as soon as he comes off respawn, I would love to see his perspective, just to see if maybe you can isolate, all right, what's going wrong? Is it maybe some misrolls coming through, bad positioning? Is he just not hitting shots? Is it as simple
maybe
as that?
He can't make it out of spawn enough. I was going to say right there with the triple cap opportunity coming out for Fury, and this is where he has to be a little bit careful. I understand no one's there in front of him, but somebody was there sometime, right. So that he could be hiding in pillars or on that box, but Kyle's actually returning back 0-8 Handles. This could be big for you.
And here's the key. He only has one down as well, so it's not like, he has 6 downs and hasn't been able to clean things up. But Fran, it's almost as if he recognized that's Handles' character. I'm flying at you. No respect given whatsoever as Fury once again putting the pressure on Hive.
And this is where they're forcing even Zerp back into spawn. Not very often you can get away with pushing him so far deep into spawn. You're basically fighting in as Kyle's finally taken out. Zerpting coming out on top in that exchange. But if look at the score, the damage has been done. And you got to wonder what it's doing to Handles. He's just completely being dismantled in almost every aspect.
Glance overhead. Couple players coming off spawn. There's still one Fury player over towards A. That should be decapped for now as Shock bouncing. Staying alive. Demise does get a kill there on towards Icy. Is it going to be enough to reclaim B? Absolutely. You see the resources flying now over towards Fury's home hill. And they know they have that 2-man advantage just briefly. What can they do to just try and cement it in?
Instance of Sniper should be up. I do believe Frags has about 25 seconds left on the Sniper. Going to be in the hands of Demise. He has a good opportunity with this high ground. Kenny going to go down before he can even shoot a shot. And this is where Demise can either choose, you want to stay up top, you want to rotate the Sniper down low. I don't have too much of a gripe with the Sniper staying up top up there, but it's when that torque bow's up there. You can get so many different angles, splash damage, so much more you can do with the torque bow on the low side. But with the Sniper, this elevation is kind of what you need.
Definitely a helping hand, but regardless of having a little bit of a helping hand, you still need to hit your shots, right? All good and well having good position, but if you're missing, it's not really going to help too much. As Force, the first one to throw out an instant, he's going to spot Shock as well over towards his right-hand side. This could be a great opportunity to try and clean up a couple of players. Kyle will go down. Tries to force the fight now against Icy. Icy goes down as well. Nice little series of events here for Force.
Yep, and Force has an opportunity here. Basically, do what you want. You want to continue pushing that. He's actually going to get the frags as well. So Hive does look like they're controlling the power weapons in this round. They're going to go ahead and push forward, missing the shot just by inches on Demise. And if I'm Fury right now, I'm not too worried, but I need to know in the back of my head, I need to start making plays offensively in order to get back into this going as Hive finally taking the lead here in this round. Demise, another 1v1 situation here, going up against Shock. And this is where I like Shock. Like I said, he's a little bit of it all. He can either fight the fights, he's trying to bounce around, wait for his teammates. He's finally going to get taken down. And this is a Demise just showing all the aggression. And in my opinion, you need to go ahead and take this fight against Kenny for a moment right here. Kenny being the aggressor, and he's going to take him out. Kyle, last member alive for Fury. But if you look at the score, I do believe Hive is going to be able to tie it up with this round.
Well, it looks like it's all but over. It should be, require a miracle from Kyle. And it isn't going to happen. He will fall. Round is over. Hive tie things up 3-3 at the half.
Which is crazy to me because we have somebody in this game
without a kill.
0-10. 4 downs now, so he got a couple more downs. So you got to wonder, if handles can somehow start to get into this game, gain momentum, and start to be able to win those shotgun fights or make plays on the other side, what is that going to do for Hive compared to how Fury is playing right now? Like we said, 3-3. If this guy can manage to win a couple of these fights, it could easily be 4-2 or less.
And the same thing is kind of true for Fury, right? You hit that scoreboard and you see there's someone without a kill, 0-10 as it stands. Then you look at the scoreboard and you see it's 3-3. That's very different as opposed to you going 0-10 and me beating you 6-0. At that point, I'm sort of, you haven't even got a kill yet. It entitles you to talk a little bit of crap. But when the game is tied and you're basically tying 5v4, the opposite to that is totally true as well for Fury's, for the rest of Hive's, the rest of the team. They're like, you haven't got a kill, it's 3-3. Forget about it, don't worry. Brand new slate, let's go. You kill him, we're going to
that's kind of like what I was saying. Like Fury, in the beginning, they're using their teamwork, their angles, their strats. But right now, it seems like they're just playing Hive's game. Even with the handles not getting a kill, they are still playing Hive's game. And it shows right here in the first round of the half, they're already pushing forward and threatening with a triple cap.
So much pressure so early on in the round, and it's going to be Zerp that finds Kenny. Zerp, great performance from him thus far. Or he would love to get this win in pool play. As unfortunately for Zerp, as I'm talking about him, Icy does clean him up. He was able to shut down one, but the trip cap's coming through. Icy's going to try and touch the hill. There's going to be Force. Force goes down. A couple of players back to back. Just fly towards the hill and keep this game alive. Current score, though, 73-24 in favor of Hive.
They just need to find a way to take advantage of Hive's aggression. On the flip side, I think Fury just needs to do a little bit more. They need to be a little bit more aggressive in some aspects.
Handles. There it is. A pick against Icy.
First one's always the hardest.
It is. Now all of a sudden, watch him just pop off in the second half now. Ends with
30 kills at the end.
Something ridiculous when you'd love to see that. But just him getting on that scoreboard. Confidence now. A lot of different things could happen here. And honestly, the scary one here is what if all of a sudden he does get that momentum and Hive just take over the map. Fury could be in a little spot of bother. Zerp wins the fight up top. That's Fran that falls. And Zerp feeling aggressive here. He wants to push Fury all the way back.
Kyle saw Icy kind of running away there, and he kind of just stayed on the pipe. I don't exactly know why. Maybe somebody was coming from another angle, but he kind of just took that Lancer damage for free. Now Icy's in a bad spot. Kyle and Icy take it out, and that's going to be Franchise with the double kill. Kenny trying to save it as well. This could be huge for Franchise. Is he going to get 3 right here? And he gets right to the finish. Taking out Zerp. Franchise saving yet another round for this squad.
Oh, that very well could have been a trip cap domination for Hive if they played their numbers a little bit better. But Fran, a triple kill to keep them alive, and he isn't done just yet. Another one. Isolates another 1v1 with Force. Fran, a man on a mission.
Killing
That's 5
spree.
kills in quick succession for him. Finally, Zerp able to put a stop to him, but Fran just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and said, no, we are winning map number 1.
And look at the score because of that. Hive was in the lead by a decent margin, and they were gonna pull away with it right there. Franchise unable to get that double kill. Even if they don't get the triple cap, that's still 2 hills in favor of Hive that they can just run away score-wise, forcing Fury to make pushes they don't necessarily want to make.
As the momentum shifted here in the first round of the second half, Force going to try and see if he can get the kill on Icy, but Icy, he finds a double shot with one as well. Fury, surely with the numerical advantage as high as this, just Jeff alive, should be able to close this out just on points alone. No need to be needlessly aggressive here, play for a trip cap domination. A little unnecessary as shot shuts down to Mize. Icy with the pick on Jeff. Round is over. Fury, even though it looked for a moment like they were in a bit of trouble at the start of that round, they recompose, big play from Fran, and they take the first round in the second half.
Look, you hear Demo just putting some shots and put some shots, and it probably made it a little bit easier for Fran, kind of. I do believe somebody might have been in that security trying to help him out just a little bit. I know it was all on the shoulders of Fran. That shows his experience, his leadership, and his ability to adapt and take over situations. He's probably not known as the Slayer on this team, but if you look, 9 19 kills, 12 downs. He is the Slayer today.
Yeah, what was crazy was even after he saved the game with the triple, he pushed the other home hill in a 1v2, managed to kill both of them as well. It was Zerpting off spawn, which was the problem. I don't think he expected him to be there quite as quick as he was. And as that 2v2 up top, once again, is underway. Find this time. He's feeling confident. You can tell it in his play style.
Yep, I do like that 1-2. You know, even though Fran got stunned, Icy went in there to back him right up. This starts to slow down just a little bit. Didn't look like Hive was kind of getting the advantage in a couple of these fights in the first half, even the first round of the second half. But it does look like this round's going to be a little bit different. Maybe that momentum shift we talked about is leading into this round as well. Triple cap opportunity. It does look like it's going to come out for Fury. Is anybody going to be able to get a touch? They do for just a moment there. It's going to come out again. Zerp going down. The only member alive is Handles. He's not having the best game. Is he going to be able to save it for them? He is going to go down. Now it's going to be forced. I don't think he's going to get it. He is for just a moment. And after you get that touch, you need to be able to let your teammate get the touch as well, because you can actually touch the hill with spawn shoot.
Oh no, the game, for a minute, I thought it was going to be prolonged. Jeff was able to touch it. Demise has touched it. Zerp's still there. Fury around, which quite frankly should be over, is lasting way, way too long. Now a 2v1, and Handles is pushing them away. Force is there. Somehow Hive survive.
Handles, like you said, as long as you can warm up and get things going, 5 kills now to his name. It's just amazing how he can pretend to heat up and how it can turn.
For now, Fury in the driver's seat. 2-1 hill advantage and a huge point lead. Seems like a pretty good time to go take a listen into their comms. Let's go to a Fury listening.
Can I get a little bit of help over here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you let me know?
No shotty fight, no shotty fight.
They have to break from up top.
Yeah, guys, they have to break. One more their power, one mid cut, one up top.
Are you three watch? Can you help?
Shock, nobody can really help you, bro.
Alright, shot back up.
Yeah, you should back up.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody break up.
Focus shot. Everyone just land some shots. Down. There you go. Take your time now. Focus it down. Show the sir. I'm getting. Yeah, we should push while he's down. No. Look here, please.
Yo, what's mid cut? Creeping around, mid cut.
I see. You keep your shot. Yeah, I see. He's gonna fly. You know that.
There's one on our right side, man. One on our right side, man.
Who's gonna be up cross? I think it's cross. Do we want to push through mid B while we can?
Down again. Is that his last down?
The one's mid cut. The one's up top. We're gonna get both soon. Kenny, do you want to push through mid?
We're down mid cut.
We should do it now. Yeah, I saw the pro right. We're pushing pro right.
Let's go.
He's gonna be I'm gonna shoot him. I'm ripped. Kenny, I'm front. He's in that corner.
Oh, he's alternating.
It's okay. I'm getting out. It's okay. Just run, Kenny.
I need help on arrow. Kenny, you're good.
He's free, guys. He's free.
No, he's not. One mid cut.
Is he breaking by time?
Dead, man.
It's okay. Icy, go. Let's fucking go, Icy. They're gonna come from mid cut or their side. Their power.
Take your time on our home.
Take your time on our home. You're gonna have help. He's weak shot. He does not get a chunk, that kid. One shot. Have as you fight. Guys, our power right now. Right now, behind you. Our power where? Make sure we got that. Top. You're gonna fight. You got my power, no? One shot me. No, I already got one, but there's another one here. Okay. That's 3 dead. He's going through our spawn. He's going through our spawn. We don't have enough time. Alright, we won. Fuck off me, man. Let's go, boys. Yo, listen to me.
Go, man.
This is why I say, bro, the end of rounds, like, I'd like to push at the end, but less shotguns, man. Less fucking shotguns. Come on, we have to be cleaner. Let's go.
I was gonna say, Nick.
Yeah, I tried to call that guy off.
Nick does not like me.
Like 7 different times. I was saying up
No, I know it's because I was hurt, bro. I would have went down before.
I'll do it. That's 3 straight double doubles. I'll just do it all tournament. You guys sit there.
Should.
That's all good.
Guys, yo, say my name like when y'all pay. Like, I got the name. Just say.
I actually like this fight. Let's get it.
Do you want me to try to listen? I grab it all the time. Do you guys want me to keep trying?
If you see it, do it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to see it. Don't just go in there and grab it.
Oh, it's always there.
I'm going to middle. I see.
Just play up. I'm going for the quick pick.
All right, Shock's going first. So be with him. Keep it up, boys. Let's go.
I love listening with that squad PR. I love it, Kyle. Just good vibes all around. But the one question I do actually have for you, whilst this round starts to commence, of course, Boom was dropped there. Demo coaching. Any good things you heard there? Any bad things you heard there? You was a former coach yourself.
I kind of like how he's kind of like trying to direct, like, hey, we don't need to take fights end of the game, especially if we're in the lead. Lancers, pistols, get that pre-fire damage out to where it's going to force the other player, hey, am I going to continue head downing, possibly getting down, or am I going to try and, take my time? And then that gives you more time in the end. It's late game, only a couple seconds click could make the difference. So I do like what I was hearing out of Demo so far. I just want to see if it's just a one map type thing, thing, or can he keep it going all tournament long?
Well, as it stands, Fury in the lead. Map 1, 5-3. So the first half ended 3-3. And started as well, very similar with the Fury with a 2-0 lead before Hive started a little bit of a comeback. So
This is going to be sneaky. Jeff has to do... Oh, Kenny saw him.
almost. So close, yet so far. Now Jeff has to just back away a little bit. Is the push going to come through? More than likely, you can see that in the X-ray cam there. 2 blue outlines. Trying to hunt down that one red Hive player. Icy opens things up in this fight though with a torque kill. Handle's able to shut down Fram, but Icy elsewhere trades out Zerp.
Yep, they need to be careful right now. 45 seconds, the next boom shot's up. So in the next 20 seconds or so, teammates are going to have to decide what kind of a setup and what we're going to do. Because if you die during that time, that's basically going to give positioning for the next boom shot away. Obviously, you still have an opportunity to fight back, but that's not something you want to do. And that's going to be 30 seconds till the boom shot is up.
Okay, so maybe value your life a little bit more than maybe you usually would around about this time. As Handle's almost behind 2 players. The first one's going to be Kyle, but
the story of Handles in this match.
Right? Literally summed up in one fight right there. Kyle gets the better of him. He still controlled by Hive. Hive with the point lead as well. 103-73.
Boom shot's about to be up, and I'm interested to see 3 members of Hive towards this side of the map, and a 4th just spawned. It does look like Icy and another member of Fury are going to be in position of this boom shot as it spawns right now. That's going to be Shock picking it up yet again. Smoke throw is going to be up in 15 seconds, so Zerpting's going to have an opportunity at that as he's stopping E from being decapped. Great heads up play by him, but the flank by Kenny. He saw it coming. He knew Zerp was up there, and he baited it with the Shock, grabbing that boom shot. Great plays by Kenny Bounce.
And they have a little bit more map control, but Fury still down in points here. He's going to be decapped. He should be capped up as well, but the question, can they win it here with a 2-1 hill advantage, or do they need to decap the Hive home hill? Well, first of all, you have to make sure you hold on to 2 hills. That's a bad boom from Shock. Doesn't connect with anything. They're going to lose their home hill setup, so time is now of the essence. If you're Fury, you got to push.
You gotta make this boom shot count. And you're spotted right now, so you know you're already weak, and they know you have the boom shot as well. You just need to make sure and push forward. There's no time to wait, Shock. You have an opportunity. You have the advantage against any of these players. Even a 1v2 situation, you have the advantage. You just need to make sure to put it to use. And that would have been a little bit of an ill-advised boom if he would have shot it.
Making their way over towards the home hill, but he's 0 for 2 on booms. The down comes through anyway. Kill cleaned up. Now, can they find the follow-up kills? That's going to be the important part. Icy with the pick on the handles. They should be able to secure their home hill, but now it's the mid-neutral fight. Fran is over there. Fran is going to fall, and Hive may well have done just enough. They have indeed to win their first round of the second half.
And very, very interesting to see. Hive, they don't have a coach behind them. We already talked about demo bounce. That respawn of that boom shot, even though Shock didn't really use it, you got to wonder how the round would have went if Shock would have connected some kills. But that could have easily been a Fury round. They easily picked it up. You saw 3 members kind of set up at E, the 4th person coming off respawn. As soon as you're Fury in my head, you know that boom shot's coming up. A free boom shot, let's just go. They're not going to do anything from up top but down us. No one could come in and get the kill because no one's around. So to me, Demo's doing a great job up there, and the rest of Fury are being able to adapt. My problem, still something I said in the beginning, is they have the teamwork aspect and they can slay. It's just when the ball gets rolling against them, sometimes they lose a bunch of rounds in certain fights that they shouldn't, and it leads to a score being 5-4.
Well, that was the point, right? Is that what we're going to see here again? First half, similar story, was all tied up 3-3. If you remember, coming into the second half, now 5-4. If Hive can maybe win this next round, get a little bit of momentum back in, could well be an insanely close game. I already casted one that went, what was it, 7-5, 7-5 to start the day. More good games, PR. I'm about that life. I'm about that life.
I agree with you 100%, but with that boom shot going down low, that's going to leave a 1v1 situation up top. And with Shock going down, Franchise trying to even that one up, so it's still a 4v4 situation. 2 in the middle, 1 probably towards the other side. Franchise finally putting the numbers in his favor. So this could be a great battle for them, especially since he's going to get the boom shot. Even with Icy losing up top, you get a kill with that boom shot and you can keep the ball rolling. Not able to connect with it. And I honestly don't even agree with it. And I was honestly talking to Franchise before this event even started. I'm like, man, we got to start putting those boom shots to use. And you can't do it doing shots like that.
And Demise does go down. Fran able to clean it up. Fran now torque in hand. And he hit some impressive torques. That's the question. As it stands, Fury not getting any points. He reads the push. Force versus Fran. The support coming here for Force. Fran's going to have to find any angle he can to try and take a fight. Turns around. Wants to push Zerp out. Managed to get the meat shield as well. Franchise trying to do it all. It was a 1v2. We've seen him go big before he buys time. Now he has a teammate in support. Fran will fall. But as I said, teammate in support, it's Kenny. Kenny now in a 1v2. But the more support is coming in. Shock from behind. Shock with one. Shock with two. Fury buying their time perfectly. And now may be able to push for a trip cap.
And this is why I said those good things about Shock. He's just where he needs to be at the right time. And we've seen it multiple times this series alone. And the aggression is going to continue as you see Icy with a flank taking out Zerp. And they are on Hive's home hill. So as long as they get this down as well, that's going to be 2 dead for a Hive. 2 members coming off spawn. They are going to be able to get touches. So it's not a triple cap just yet. Fury still has a bunch to do here if they're going to close out this round.
Have some time though. Still 3 players down. 1 coming fresh off spawn. Kenny just trying to land some damage. They are knocking on Hive's front door. As a quick glance over at what's going on the Bravo station. Of course, I know you guys saw Simplicity beat Space Station in map 1. That was tied up 1-1. And in game 3, Space Station do have the advantage. But bear in mind how crucial tiebreakers are going to be in that pool. And drop map.
I see this yet again. The setup to that overhead map. Boomshot's about to be up in 5 seconds. 1, maybe 2 at most members of Hive are even over there for it. So Fury, knowing when that weapon is going to get picked up, they also get a kill as it's about to come up. So I assume it's going to get picked up here any second by the members of Fury. Maybe they're just trying not to bait it out just yet. Torque bow in the hands of Shock. I'm trying to see if anybody has it in their weapons. Maybe they picked up ammo. Not just yet, but there it is. Franchise with that boom shot yet again. And a bow kill. Right now, this does look like Fury's going to be able to go up 6-4.
You'd expect it. Kills still in their favor. Numbers in their favor. Points also in their favor. And I think that's what may be toying with their mind now. Knowing they have a 2-1 hill advantage. They have a 20+ lead. You don't have to necessarily be aggressive. But when you're gifted a couple of players down, if you can fully take advantage of it, you almost have to push.
Yep, and you see Franchise. He got 1 kill off the push of Hive. And like I said, this should be a 6-4 lead for Fury going into the next round. Especially as Franchise. As long as he doesn't die and sits on his home hill, it's over.
Right? You win off 1 and he is going to be neutral. Shock. He's going to turn on Handles. Handles will find the pick, but Handles, you got to go. My man, you got to push as quickly as you possibly can. 206, 207, no one in the hill. Close, yet so far, Fury 6-4 up.
And to me, it's like these matches are so close. It's the experience, those little differences, even the teamwork aspect from Fury that is just overpowering Hive. We saw tied up 3 to 3.5 when one of their members had 1 kill, maybe no kills at all going into the half. So it's still very, very close, 6-4. Fury on match point. It's not over just yet. It's just can Hive begin to adapt and change their game plan.
And I love the point that you made about Shock. Always in the right place at the right time. We saw that with the big fight that happened at Control. It just
He's
hit the flank at the perfect, but always at the perfect time. He's always been able to walk away from that fight with the advantage as well, which is crucial. It's Fury 1 round away from going up 1-0 in this series. We're going to kick things off on ball with 4. Shock is just going to go straight for boom. He will go down. 5 comes through. Shock managed to fire out the first boom. It does connect, but forced on cleanup duty. That's going to be a double for him. Quick glance over towards the columns on either side, and you'll see it is Hive with the numbers advantage momentarily.
To be Jeff versus Kyle with the marks. So Kyle not really able to do anything after that initial. He's kind of pinned down here, stuck. A boom shot looking at him, Forrest looking at him, a mark. So there's a little bit of everything looking at him. I'm surprised how he's still alive, though. Why are they not making a play for him? This should be Forrest and Jeff kind of like angling him out.
I think that might be why they were worried about the final boom there. Forced him to just over-dedicate. There's a boom fired out. It will shut down Kenny. Handles is tapping himself up. Doesn't necessarily need a revive right now. Zerp wants to try and force a fight. He will fall. He's able to shut down Fran first, but Shock, last man up, and you can see Hive. They are flying towards the home hill of Fury. Will they be able to get the trip up? No. Looks like they're going to have to just back away.
And Demise going down. That's very bad timing. Can he hit all the shots? He is right there. If Zerpy misses just a couple of them, Icy probably gets that kill. He probably dies anyway, though. But you see Hive beginning to pressure towards Fury's home. Only Kenny and Franchise are alive. Franchise going to be able to get one, trying to reset. And Kenny's going to be able to get the other one. Kenny doing what he can, only 16, make that 2% health, and he's barely staying alive. And that's one of those kills you got to pick up. You can't let somebody escape with 2%. Now, every kill Kenny gets from here on out, you got to wonder what that's really going to do.
Right. Could turn the tide of the fight. Zerp and Jeff up. Demise of Spawn now. Hive, although so close a couple of times during the last 60 seconds of being allowed to go for that Trip Cup domination, somehow Fury able to just play some good base defense. As it stands, Hive do have that 2-1 hill advantage, and more importantly, about a 20-point lead.
With less than maybe 10 seconds for boom shot. Yeah, I know Fury, just based off how the way the game's been going so far, they have that timer on lock, so I expect them to play with it, especially since you just grabbed these instants.
Shots going down from Demise. Found the down just yet. Shock forced to scramble away.
Boomshot and Bo are both up. Icy getting that kill on Force is basically going to give them the advantage. They can kind of play, bait people out, bait out shots, and then make that play for the boom. Shock does look like he's going to be the one to grab it yet again. Almost every single time it's picked up, it is by Shock. So this is one of those new guys. Like I've always said stuff to Franchise about his boom, but getting it to Shock could change things up just a little bit of a fight going down up top. It's going to be Franchise and Kenny, former member of the Envious squad together back in Gears of War Ultimate Edition, reunited here in Gears of War 4, fighting this 2v2 up top. Franchise going to get one. This is their opportunity to kind of swarm, sandwich him on both sides. Reinforcements coming out. Franchise taking a lot of damage here. He's going to get taken out, leaving Kenny all by himself. Great rotations by Hive. Now they need to get this kill on Kenny Bounce if it's going to be super worth, and it is, as Kenny goes down as well. Bo is going to be in favor of Hive, and they got to put it to use, and they got to put it to use quick.
Grind that score. 170, tied up Fury, 2-1 hill advantage, so they now will take the lead. A quick glance at the overhead, you can see one member of Fury defending the E-hill. Resources coming. F has been decapped. That's going to buy them some time, because you know Fury are going to cap that up almost instantly off spawn. But if you're Hive, you have to go. You have to push. E decapped. Also being capped, a kill comes through. Zerp able to shut down Icy. But you need more. You need more of your Hive, otherwise map number 1 is going to go over towards Fury. Demise tries to get over towards the home hill. Shock in front of there. That should be the final nail in the coffin. Fury with a 7-4 map 1 win. Take the advantage in the series.
I'm not too surprised by this. If anything, I'm more surprised at how good Hive is playing, even with a player like Handles with a very, very, very slow start. They were still able to make a showing of this one. So you got to wonder on the side of Hive, you got to just, if Handles is just playing good in the first half, this could be a completely different game.
Well, it was between Handles really not doing well, as Benson pointed out multiple times, and Franchise really taking off.
I paid to let the people know. That's what they pay me for. You go 0-9, I'm going to let the people know you went 0-9.
Exactly, but on the other end, Franchise went completely off. There was a streak where he had 5 kills, and he essentially saved the round. What happened during that scenario?
Well, one, Zerpting didn't pick up a meat shield, and he was the one that he was the third one that got killed. And then Fran went all the way from coast to coast and killed Zerpting, or killed 2 of Zerpting's teammates and then died to Zerp. So stuff like that, coming out of Franchise especially, is stuff that you have to stop when you're Hive. Yes. Fran's not even supposed to be their main slayer, but he's one of my old teammates. I know he's been one of the best shotgunners since the beginning of time, Gears of War 1, and he's just going to show you he's still in his prime.
He's like a Gears dinosaur. He's been roaming Gears of War since the beginning, and he's still here. He's still here, and he's still able to pick up unbelievable plays like that. When his back is against the wall, his teammates need a moment of brilliance, that's when he can give you those exact plays.
And Fury, they're evolving in multiple ways, not only with their pickup of Shock, but let's talk about Demo some more. Demo behind him, you know, the veteran, the first-time coach, he did extremely well. From some of the comments that I heard, it was really important. It was when the game was almost tied up. I believe they were up 5-4. Demo kept yelling at them, saying, hey, listen, less shotguns. We know their play style. We're going to have to set a perimeter and Lancer for them. How important is it that you have a veteran behind you, such as Demo Bounce, really calling out shots?
To me, it's very, very important, especially, you know, I referenced like Keen before this. That's what I wanted to see Keen doing for his team on Rise. And Demo's doing a really great job in those late rounds. I was telling Benson that he's saying you got to Lancer more, you got to pistol more. That pre-fire damage that you can put out on an enemy is so important. And Demo's making sure his team is doing that.
And also Demo's relationship with so many of those players.
He's teamed with all of them.
You know the history, right? So you have to kind of expect them to respect his calls a little bit. There was one moment in the listening note that I kind of looked to you and we both looked at each other where he kind of miscalled something out. It was when the fight over E was going on. He was like, oh, they're going to come. He's like, they're going to come from, what was it, our side?
No, he said he said they're going to come from. No, he said their side. They came from their side. So that could have easily, you know, been something Icy looking in the wrong direction, getting chunked in the back. But, you know, Icy with the IQ, maybe that relationship, the friendship, he kind of knew what Demo meant. But a little tongue twister, slip up with a call out.
That's just being, you know, nitpicking.
Exactly, it happens. But hopefully Hive can pick it up. Zerp said it was going to be easy 2-0. I don't know if he was talking about Fury or not, but these guys, these young group of guys, this is actually their third event together. It's just a team with Zerp coming in. But they're fighting, they're playing for a great cause. Today, they're going to be representing Joint Forces Initiative. Joint Forces Initiative brings gaming tournament streams and rehab scholarships to active and veteran military in the United States. They have worked with NFL athletes and celebrities and attended Gears of War events in the past.
My gamer tag is Demise. I'm on Hive, and our charity is Pros versus G.I. Joes. Yes, I have something to prove this tournament. I want to prove that we're the underdogs and people will sleep on us, but I feel like we can really actually win this tournament. We just got hit shots, literally just hit shots, and we win. It's that simple.
Hit shots, it's that simple. It's what they needed to do to franchise the last map, but
everyone missed.
Exactly, it's a new map. I'm optimistic. I like Hive as a group. They're young and they're fiery. When this team came into the circuit, they wowed everybody. They instantly became household favorites, big household names, and hopefully they can come back and really even the odds against Hive. Heading into map 2, what should we see from Hive to really bring it up to tie the series against Fury?
Hit shots. That simple.
That simple.
Not to throw them under the bus again, but handles. You need to hit shots.
Yeah,
especially in the early game. Like I said,
they
could have been a completely different match if he was able to pick up a couple of those early on kills, and we kind of jumped on board with him. He kind of got caught with his Lancer out a little bit too much. You just need to play your game the same way you play it online. You just need to bring it here.
Against a team of that stature, especially Fury, you're going to have everybody firing off on all shots. When there's that one guy that's really, staying behind in the back and not getting kills, not doing his job, not carrying his weight, that's in a way on not just you, but your teammates, because they're all trying their damnness to keep up with one of the top teams in Gears of War. But coming into map 2, predictions.
I think Fury's gonna take it. They have the momentum right now. You have Fran playing outside of his mind. Shock seems comfortable filling in that role of Powers. And
also, correct me if I'm wrong, is this not a really good map for Fury?
Yeah,
Diner?
this is a great map. Recently, I was
Fury.
watching them practice against Optic, and they were beating Optic on this map. Yeah, they're very strong on this map.
They were, Yugo actually going back when they were the Envious squad. This is one of the maps you guys were actually good on for the short time it was on the circuit.
We love Diner. It's true.
I remember I actually, won a little bit of money betting on you guys against Optic on the Diner. It's $10, but that's
a lot
food
of
right
money.
there. That's
Chipotle.
That's Chipotle.
I love food.
We're going to kick things off on map number 2. Hive and Fury, take it away.
It'd be ironic now after all the gas we just gave them on Diner, it went 1-1 to a game 3. But Force and Zerp starting things off with pretty emphatic style. Force with a double. Already 3 dead now for Fury. They're leading the series 1-0 if you're just tuning in. This map number 2. Still, of course, pool play. It's Force looking to find anyone else, but early on, 2-1 hill advantage in favor of Hive.
Force, he's just shooting a cover right there. I think he's trying to get Jeff in position. Hey, you can shoot through the window, and this goes to show the angles that you can actually get on Diner. You can be in the inside shooting out, outside shooting in, and then now, since the setup is right now for Hive, the way they have kind of more towards B, that's going to force them, Fury, to either push all the way across home hill to home hill, or go into a Lancer Fest that is inside, or maybe even a split pusher. There's so many options you can do on Diner. Teams just need to be more aware and adapt and just learn on the fly.
Stand 71-52. Still in favor of Hive. That 2-1 hill advantage really since the beginning. That opening initial hasn't changed at all. But Shock maybe might take the game into his own hands here. Finds the pick against Jeff. Forces Demise out. Now Demise wants that 1v1. Demise is going to win the 1v1 as well. It's his first kill of the round.
Some franchise yet again going in there. Is Kenny trying to back him up? Demise taken out. It's a little slow play right there, forcing Demise to make moves he might not necessarily want it, but that's good for Fury right now, especially since they have 3 to 4 members on the inside with 2 dead on Hive. If I'm them, I kind of want to swarm just a little bit more, but if I know Fury's playstyle at all, they're going to probably try and set up and make sure Hive has to push into them, and then once they wipe him off that push, or, get wiped, if they do wipe him off that push, that's when they're going to begin that triple cap.
It's Icy right in front of him. Meanwhile, that lead that they were able to earn in the first minute or so is going to be chipped away at. About 20 points as it stands. So a nice push inside, but Zerp shuts down Fran. He will fall himself. Has he got any teammates in support? Is the kill going to be cleaned up? Well, we talk about support. It's Jeff. Not going to be able to save the day. Icy with a double, but maybe Jeff is got a little bit more to show. Only able to find one. Handles now last man alive. And he is scrambling away for his life.
I just need to find a way to get on CC. He's going to be decapped. So what good Hive was doing in the beginning of the round completely turned around Fury. They are going to gain the lead. And I don't even know if Hive's going to be able to fully get a cap or anything. Because right now they're getting picked off. They're forced to respawn. They're going to make a play for their home. But they need to go over towards Fury's side of the map. And I'm not sure if that's going to be possible.
On B, looks as if it is going to be capped up, at least neutral. So it will just slow down the game a little bit, buys you a little more time. But the reality of the situation is you have to push A, and you cannot afford to lose C. You have handles in a 1v1 over towards C. Everyone else has to push A. There's no other win condition here, and unfortunately for them, Kenny is sat in the hill. First round goes to Fury.
Fury knew they went off one. They don't need to die for those neutral hills. And that's the difference between a lot of these teams is you, at a certain point, need to know, hey, I can contest this hill, but I can't die for it. A lot of the times you'll see people kind of defend the hill to their death when they don't even need to, and that's a great heads-up play by Fury right there. Kind of letting Zerp hop over. You know, even when Kenny got in the kill on Zerp, getting trades out, you know they need to break the hill. They need to go in. As long as you play the perimeter, you can get free damage on them.
Absolutely. Kenny, 4 kills in the first round. A good performance from him, and I don't want to jump the gun a little bit, but handles 0-1. His first half performances, I think one tallies up to what, like 0-11? But it was only 1 round, so I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. Maybe his hands are cold. It's cold in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know about you, but I can't play with cold hands.
I can't. It's too cold in this entire state. I'm going to get away from hands from. I can't step outside.
It really is a little chilly. That's for sure in Columbus, Ohio this weekend. And his friend, he's going to fall inside the B hill. Zerp traded out, though. It was Kenny. He's got himself a double. Kenny with 3. Gets the revive. Kenny bounce, doing it all. Hell, go for the 4. Why not? Jeff's right in front of you. Kenny feeling so confident at 7-2 with 5 downs as well. A great start to this match from him.
Him and Icy, former members of Optic, and that's one thing about Kenny coming from Optic Gaming. People didn't really know what this guy can do, especially for those that didn't really see him in Gears of War 3, Gears of War UE. They don't really know what this guy's all about. You know, in those games, he was more of the slayer for his team. Going to Optic, he didn't really need to. Players like explosive mental, but in this team, again, he's kind of showing that, you know, the old Kenny, the same Kenny that, you know, in IBN back in the day, 1v4 against the Insanes, if you guys can go back that far.
Oh, nice talk. Handles is going to fall. Can he find another? Just yet. Force and Jeff trying to be aggressive over towards him, and Force does win the 1v1 he had against Fran. Demise also shuts down Kenny on the other side of the map. So for Fury now, just finding a couple of picks and making sure you don't get trip capped.
This is where Hive should be playing for B. They already have C in their favor. They just need to forget about C, even though they have it capped. You don't need to put the resources over there unless you're 100% going for the triple cap. You got to know with short respawns, they're going to spawn up, and they're going to have an opportunity to break their home. If you play for B while they're breaking their home, you already know you're going to have numbers advantage and everything going for you. You have nice back A by handles. So finally on the board here in round number 2, a little bit quicker than the first map.
Yeah, it's just a bit. Like 5 rounds quicker. As elsewhere, Demise trying to get away with his life. Not going to happen. 2 players from Fury hunt him down. Score 130-118 in favor of Fury, but it is high for the 2-1 hill advantage. So they're really chipping away that lead now. And honestly, they should be able to go into the lead in a few moments' time. I'm not sure if anyone from Fury is going to be able to touch that B hill, even try and contest it. Instead, they're going to go for the home hill setup, so they're going to target the A hill.
They're just going to go for that break. And this is where it's kind of the flip side, Fury. If you go for B, it would be a lot better. You're not stuck out there. But a franchise, unlike Demise, you can't really die out here. You shouldn't die out here, especially if your team's playing for B. But right now, it does look like they're going to continue this pressure on Hive's home hill, trying to lance him out, get a lot of free damage. See multiple members of Hive kind of letting it sit there, kind of baiting. Demise is going to be taken down. Drop the meat show. Force right behind franchise, landing that shot. But the hill isn't even capped just yet. And this is a big hill for Hive. They're going to be able to gain the lead with this hill as long as they keep control of B as well.
That was a lot of time taken off the clock there from Fury just by keeping that hill decapped. But 3 kills now for Hive. 2-1 hill advantage, point lead. Just Fran and Shock up for Fury, and Force recognizing the situation here. He knows he can win just off 1 by the time they were to decap any other hill. Just played slow, played safe, and secure that round win. Well played there from Hive. They level things up 1-1.
Yeah, and one thing I want to see Hive start to do a little bit different is be on your toes, be ready to rotate, or just full-on defend at hill. Like I said right there, if they're playing for B like they did, Demise can't be caught on that outside. Because if Demise is able to stay alive there, fall back, that makes defending your home hill just a little bit easier. I don't remember who it was from Hive that also rotated out to help him, but Demise dying there basically left his team in another 2v1 situation. You just got to be able to know when to rotate rotate, when to give up a hill. Just because you have a cap doesn't mean you need to die and defend it.
Completely agree. 1-1 the score here in game 2. We obviously talked a little bit about Diner and Fury, but off what you know about, of course, Hive and the playstyle that you've seen so far, is Diner a map you think that does suit them?
I think they can, as long as they play their game and set up the map with weapons to play their game. This kitchen fight we saw, after taking out Rise over and over again, if you know how to throw the smokes and make it cloudy, you can easily get behind enemy lines. But you see Shock with a huge double kill on Demise and Zerb. No smokes were really clouding Shock right there, and they decided to push through anyway.
Shock's going to claim his prize. It's going to be the Torque. Jeff, home. See you later, mate. That's going to be him on respawn. Shock checking his corners. Nobody there. Teammates should be good to push through. And if they want to, of course. 2-1 hill advantage for Fury. A and B locked in. Now the pressure coming in over towards C. If Shock's able to get another pick here with Torque, that really is going to be the opening they need. Demise falls, and so does Handles. Instantly, Shock springs into life. Surely the decap, if nothing else. C is gone. Now the trip cap domination coming through. Jeff still respecting the Torque of Shock, and just a very, very well-played round, and you can really chalk that one up to just Shock himself.
Yeah, it looks like, it's almost evenly matched on the inside, so then that's where you can kind of test the waters, maybe throw nades in the middle. I don't necessarily want to use that outside spot just yet, just in case you lose yet another round and another round. That's where you can switch to the fight, throw a boom shot or drop shot outside. It's kind of throw them off guard and things like that, but it's blocked off in the middle, so I don't disagree with this boom shot outside. Since you can't really change the fight through the middle, you need to change it through the outside, and in order to get a team away from the Torque low, you need to throw something bigger, and what's bigger than a boom shot? Not anything that I know.
Right. 18-second respawn round now. Halfway through the first half.
Handles only 1 kill. He does have more kills than that half in map number 1, but you're just still not doing enough, and that's where you got to tell your team, hey, I'm not doing something such and such right, and try and switch it up that way even if you can.
Try and get a little bit of help if nothing else. Demise will find one. I see trying to just close the gap, maybe force a suicide, but elsewhere, it's Kyle that's able to claim his prize from the one fight. Torque boat is his. 2-1 hill advantage. In a second, if the C hill is kept up by Hive, should be able to just reduce that early Fury lead, but as it stands, just a 1-1 hill game as Kyle with Torque looking to try and find that pick.
I would like to see Kyle kind of rotate the Torque bow just a little bit off of this corner, because right now you can only see a certain area on our side station. That's Toy getting loud.
Yo, did we just have a blast from the past? What year is this?
I was saying this earlier. Toy reminds me so much of the Gears 3 Toy that we all know and love. We're right here in this matchup here, Demise with the boom shot taken out. Kenny does have another boom shot, but he doesn't really have a shotgun, so he needs to be very careful how far he pushes in. Maybe even switch it for a Lancer right there, and that's actually, he doesn't have any boom shots left, gets his shotgun back, and now he's set up here towards B. They're going to get that cap, and this is an opportunity for them to gain a couple more points and hopefully, in the end, tie it up against Fury here in this round. But if you look at the setup, 45 on boom, 50 on Torque bow, this is where you can play the weapon of your choice at this point.
Was realistically all Fury in terms of their timers and just how precise they were with setting up, but it's all good and well setting up, but if you're dead, it's very hard to pick up the boom shot once it does come off spawn. Zerp picks up a double, looking for more. It's going to be Kenny, who started this map so unbelievably well, only able to find one to his name. Zerp, 9 kills already. Shock last man up, and honestly, the boom may be completely irrelevant. The round may be over. Trip cap domination comes through. Hive level things up 2 rounds apiece.
This is exactly what you need, that little bit of momentum shift. But right now, great opportunity for Fury. They kind of changed the map the way they want. Actually, no, they have to put a side weapon down.
He's there quick.
What would you go for?
Marksa, Kyle. Give it to Kyle with the Marksa. He's one of the few players that are just so consistent with it. Now, obviously, kind of anybody can do it, but I'm over here listening to Fran. He's saying put a stun, put a stun. Interesting to see.
Okay. Shock grenades.
This boom shot fight's going to switch up just a little bit. It's not going to be as easy as, going in there, picking up the boom shot and trying to escape like we saw the round prior. So this is going to show a little bit more from both of these teams, but it's also going to allow you to switch up the strategy just a little bit. Instead of bum rushing 4 outside, you have that time to throw a shock to where you don't need 4 people directly on boom on your short.
We'll see how that shock is going to affect the fight. Smoke grenades out first. Shock with a play to his left. Kyle, first blood. It's Handles that goes down. Kyle again will grab that torque as Shock does just escape. Boom is picked up by Demise. First one fired out, absolute into no man's land. Shock laughing, almost there. And Demise, poor Boom, and now it looks like Torque is going to be swapped out. Kenny's going to grab it. Cal passes it on, and Cal now licensed to be a little more aggressive.
I really thought he was going to get that bow and show me something, but, you know.
Teaching.
Yeah, I didn't teach him everything in the Funky Bunch days. I guess I left a little for him to know.
2-1 Hill advantage now in favor of Fury. C should honestly be kept up relatively soon as well. Looks like Hive just trying to absorb too much pressure. Handles Hester 1v3. I mean, he can barely 1v1 so far this map. He's not going to have much success in that situation. Fury with the advantage. And just to update everyone on our side station. Our side station is directly behind us. Toy has not stopped yelling since the end of the last round. He is going off in what is such an important match for that pool. A lot of people had the Europeans coming out. It goes to a game 3. And when it does get close to the ending, I'm sure we're going to throw up some, maybe either a double screen or even maybe just full screen it, because that game definitely going to end before this one does. And like I said, judging by the crowd that started to surround the feature station, that is a game that we do not want to miss how it ends. It's 4-3, I believe.
That's not huge.
Is that in favor of the Europeans? It is. It is in favor of the Europeans. So Space Station with the advantage.
Yeah, I look behind me for the first time. That's actually
never mind. Toy's back on his feet.
Boom shot fight going down. That's gonna be Franchise running through a Shock to get that boom shot. He's gonna escape there for a moment. Pressure is gonna be on. 2 members fall in favor of Hive. Make that 3. As Demise goes down next. Boom shot coming out by Fran, so no more boom shot to his favor, but the damage has been done. 22-second respawn rounds, and if I know Fury, they're going to use those kills to get more kills right there as Jeff's taken out as well. Force, the last member alive. Not only does he need to get a touch here to reset, he needs to stay alive and get a couple of kills. He's not going to be able to do that as Fury goes up 4-2 into the half.
Kyle doing such a good job there saying, you ain't going to hit me. You're just not going to hit me. It's just bought enough time, bled enough time off the clock there to give them that nice advantage. As you hear the guys in Fury communicating, just going over maybe a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Zerp always behind us. Keep your eye out for Zerp. He can be such a nuisance. His pace. So did Demo just say, I am the difference?
I think he shouted something. He shouted something there. And
where's Ryan at? Where's Ryan at?
Well, that's something we kind of learned through like Ghost Gaming and Fail Strike with the yelling. Sometimes it hypes up your team. It may not be what you're yelling, but if you know the guys behind you yelling and getting pumped up, that me as a player, that'd probably pump me up as well.
4-2, the advantage for Fury. Shock with 1, Shock almost with a double, but Demise was there to trade, but Fran is going to fall after picking up 1 himself. Leads Icy in a 1v1. Zerp at the other side of the map, he's going to win his 1v. Jeff just trying to bait out Icy, maybe going a little too far. Jeff finally wins the trade. But the advantage, of course, at the half. 4-2 in favor of Fury. Now go over towards the second half. Back down to a 12-second respawn. Weapons wiped off the map. And our hills, of course, have flipped.
Yep, it doesn't look like Hive actually in the early round here in the first half, or second half, they actually got control, especially since you don't need to fight for B. It's a whole different fight, so you're not doing the same thing over and over. So I do like what I'm seeing out of Hive. It's going to give them an opportunity here to talk over what they really want to do.
And slowing down just a little. As you said, Hive, that 2-1 hill advantage is being capped, though. Maybe decapped and ran. You see the fight that's currently going on over there. Just a little messy, and yep, the decap comes through. Fury more than happy to just wait for the right opportunity, the right time to push. I see full red, just trying to watch that cross. Of course, they already do have it down. Demise is going to be a little weak. Fran cleans up Zerp, and now the push from Icy. Can he win the 1v1? It's Jeff versus Icy. Jeff keeps himself alive in the fight for maybe a little longer than expected, but handles now 1v5. This round should well be over.
It's, you know, they do have this short respawn that is going to help them just a little bit. As, you know, we want to see Demo talk just a little bit.
There's a look at the communication. We'll see just by looking at him whether the reaction is a win or loss. I believe our spectator client did just fall out of the game, but not to worry.
We get to see another amazing game from the side. You were actually saying Toy was yelling quite a bit, and we're going to have an opportunity to see why here in a moment.
All 5-4 in favor of Space Station as it stands. Toy's been unbelievably loud. Don't worry if you're a Fury fan or a Hive fan out there. We'll get back into that as soon as we're back into the game itself. But for now, at least we have a fantastic game to watch. There's a game 3 in a pool which was so hard to call. Maps, rounds, everything matter so much. And as it stands, it is the Europeans in the lead.
Oh, Xenon actually got picked off by that frag. This gives a huge push. Krim taking all that damage. Huge flank by Exclusive. He's going to take out Hydra, and he's still down there fighting for his life. The remaining members of Space Station unable to capitalize just yet as Phelpsy, with, as I say that, he's going to be able to take out Exclusive and putting Hezi full red. That's going to force Hezi all the way back, and he's actually going to get down as well. This is what Space Station could use right now to win this round.
They have the advantage. Toy still being loud, but Toy goes down himself, and all of a sudden, Space Station licensed to push. He's being decapped. Do they want to just fly straight towards the home hill? They're more interested right now in keeping that numerical advantage, using numbers to give you more numbers, and now the push is coming. Space Station to put themselves at match point if they're able to get this trip cap through, but Exclusive stops Krim, and all of a sudden, Phelpsy forced to back away.
This is very dangerous for Space Station, though. They do have an opportunity. I do believe they went off of one hill. Maybe they're backing up just to grab those incense, so great heads up play by Phelpsy, but you gotta know, you gotta keep going forward. And I do like this rotation. You see the members of Simplicity kind of pushing down towards B. Phelpsy does have these instants. He has an opportunity to make a play here, and he's gonna miss that first one. Get Xenon just a little bit red. Misses the second one as well. He's gonna pull out a shotgun, take out Xenon with one. I do believe the member right behind him is gonna be taken out shortly, but Exclusive again. He's making a name for himself here.
Oh, Exclusive, what more have you got to show? What can you try and produce? Trip cap could come through. If Exclusive is able to go big, it's a 2v2 on the home hill. Now it's a 1v2. Exclusive tries to clean up Hydro, gets it. Now a 1v1. Krim is there. Exclusive doing everything he possibly can. The trip cap going through. He's full red, but still dancing and darting around. Finally, the resources from Space Station are there. But look at the damage. Look at that score. 178 to 124. This is crazy. They're about to Simplicity about to level this up.
They're about to steal this round out under the feet of Space Station, but with the frags in the hands of Krim, they need to fight for 2 hills at once, both D and E. First frag going out and not able to get anything, but E is decapped as well. 206. They're going to get the decap in time, but be able to secure this game. Exclusive, you need to make a miracle happen again.
There's one more push coming through. Is the hill going to be kept in time? Phelpsy's there. He keeps it neutral. Craze is tapping up. Are they going to be able to touch the hill once again? They have to go. They have to put the pressure on through the smoke. Craze just trying to land some damage. Players are going to be coming up respawn. If there was a time to make a play, it would be right here, right now. Jack with one, Craze with one. They're on the D hill. Space Station, they steal the round surely from underneath Simplicity's noses. Toy and Hezi both fall.
And he's sneaky. He's stuck behind them.
No. Look at the E-hill.
The score.
The sneak.
Oh, he didn't get it. It's over. It's over for Sneak. Does have no time left. Space Station robbed the round.
No, once they got the break, it was over. What a round by Space Station there.
The touch, just enough.
My heart. Did you guys see it though? Xenon going for the revive and Xenon grabbing over cover instead.
Yes. I don't even want to throw you under the bus, but I know that was a mistake you made a lot when you played. Game. But that is just something right there that's the pressure getting to you. You're holding up and A and X all at the same time to get that revive. You hop over the cover. If he gets that revive, I'm sure Simplicity got to be able to close it out. But basically, he threw away 2 kills by making that mistake.
6-4. In favor of Space Station. A crazy round. It had it all. It had an early lead. A lead just completely disappeared before your eyes. A failed trip cap, a counter-attack, and then a just ridiculous ending on points. You couldn't ask for better Gears of War action.
And you know what else is on the line, Ben? If Simplicity wins this, they will lock up the first seed, which forces Space Station and Reciprocity to play, and the loser is knocked out.
I actually forgot about that.
There's so much on the line right now.
Oh, my Lord.
So much on the line.
Hold me. My heart, I can't take it. This is too much. This is too much. We're not even halfway through the day.
I'm not. See, I don't want to say. I'll hold that to myself. Because,
say it, PR.
I honestly think Simplicity have it no matter what.
What?
They 2-0'd Reciprocity.
No, it's a head-to-head.
It's going to be tied. A 3-way tie.
But doesn't it go off maps afterwards?
No, if it's head-to-head.
Oh.
Like in this situation, if Space Station beats, or if Simplicity beats Space Station, they're through, right?
Okay.
If Space Station beats Simplicity, they would hold the head-to-head over Simplicity. So then the other match.
But Simplicity has the head-to-head over Reciprocity.
It would come down to that 6 o'clock
so
match.
then
It would come down to Reciprocity and Space. Yeah.
Space Station and Reciprocity still have to play.
My head hurts. That's going to be at 6 o'clock.
And meanwhile, Fury's up 6-3.
Oh, my
And
God.
As we said, Fury's going to win.
Oh, it's happening, people. It's happening. What's the procedure?
I want to see a round 13
For
then.
me, this is the story of Simplicity right here. They're just unable to close out rounds against these teams. And this is something like we were kind of talking yesterday, Veli. Like, if they're going to be able to close it out, I thought it was going to be against Reciprocity. And we're looking like they're having a little bit of a hiccup here at the Toronto event. They do beat, I forget who they beat. They beat Rise, and they showed so much against Rise, but then they came out flat the next game. They need to be able to close out this game, because if not, you got to wonder what that's going to do the rest of their tournament.
Here's a glance at this game, 6-3 Fury, but let's be honest, a game 3 in a pool of death, I don't even want to watch it. I will literally I will turn around, I will cast over the player's shoulders at this point. This is way more important. 6-5, Space Station with the lead.
Oh, Kenny with the boom shot.
Oh, my Lord.
It's still...
Okay. Of course, this is the other game. I'm going to turn around. Screw it. I'm going to turn around. Let's have a look what we got. Toy is dead. Toy is out of the action. The question is, can they try and capitalize? In fact, there we go. All right, we have the action.
That's a huge death by Toy dying, though. These long respawn rounds that give Space Station control of the map. But as I say that, Simplicity with 2 hills.
Yeah, Simplicity does have control of the E hill. They have, I believe, one more incend. They're getting the point advantage.
I think they wasted
right
both trying to get Phelpsy, but they missed.
And despite Toy dying, it didn't look like Space Station made any type of push. And now you're going to see this point advantage go in favor of Simplicity, and they're still going to keep the 2 hills.
If I'm Simplicity,
now they have their man back.
If I'm anybody on that team, I'm like, hey, we can contest E, we can fight at E, but we do not die at E for any reason whatsoever.
And Fury won 7-3, by the way, 2-0ing Hive. So Zerp's prediction was correct in the other way.
Strange type of way. Weird, right?
But this push is going to be everything. We see them lining up for the bell tower. It's going to be all on Hezzy to really lay down support fire with that hammer burst.
And as PR said, if I'm Simplicity here with no incense, I'm not sparing maybe 1 life for this push. And the rest of the team, rotate across. Don't give up. On these long spawns, don't give up too many lives.
And time is going to become an important factor here in this round as well.
Oh, look at that
hammer burst play.
There's a point where where Space Station are going to have to push. But the kills already coming in from Zen, and that's 3 from him with the shotgun down low. And now all of a sudden, there's a gaping hole in Space Station's defense.
Just go to the hill.
The kill comes through. The push is coming. This has round 13 written all over it.
Crazy's fighting at D. He does get the decap. Oh, yeah, he did get the decap there for a moment. And this is where I was saying, Zenon, get to that hill. As soon as you hear that triple cap coming out, for some players that does something. It makes them a little bit more nervous, and it forces them. As Crazy is down, it does look like they might be tying him for a moment. And it's not enough. 6-6, round 13. Who do you guys got?
Yes, that was what I was going to ask.
Simplicity, keep it simple.
I'm 100% with that.
Keep it
I got to
simple.
root for my boy Toy Soldier, man. He's back on Old Town, Gears of War 3
I'm the only European on the desk.
You've been outnumbered.
What is this? Team EU, okay?
They're jet-lagged right now, man.
Space Station, they gonna clutch up, okay?
Everybody.
I want a 3-way tie. You tell me you don't want 3-way ties? You tell me you don't want drama in the pool of death? Come on, people.
I like the drama
lines.
between Reciprocity
and Space Station. It's just going to create a whole new level of drama. That is the true winner go home.
Stage. That's going to be on main stage.
Screw you guys. I want the Europeans.
Everybody in the chat, let us know who you think are going to win this.
Oh,
and then we got some Europeans out there.
Oh, and they're switching up the fight here, switching the torque.
Toby's on the end of the seat right now?
Boom.
And this is a fight. This is a fight we haven't gotten to see. Old Town brand new on the circuit.
This was Space Station once.
And they have the high ground for it as well. I was told the low ground gets a little bit of a faster respawn, but I don't think it's enough to outdo top spawn being able to shoot down.
Yeah. Top down shooting in the middle of the map is a huge advantage here, and we're going to see 3 going into the fight. 1 up top for the cross. A lot of smokes coming out. Phelps, he has control of the boom right now. He's going to be able to pick it up uncontested.
And there's a first blood as well.
Jackson down.
5v4 in favor of Space Station and in control of 2 rockets.
Oh, but all extra utility over for Simplicity. It's a 2v1. You invest the boom, you do. As he goes down, Zenon goes down. That's 3 dead. It's Toy. It's Sneak. The only 2 players up for Simplicity. They have to go big. Phelps, he's still with 1 boom left. This to close out this series in just ridiculous style. Craze shuts down Toy. Surely this is
the nade tag. Oh, that's
And
so
smart.
with the
Sneaky
nades.
is sneaky.
And he has another one in his pocket. Great nade. There's nowhere he could go.
Oh.
That had to have full redded him. And Sneaky going to stay composed here, knowing he's keeping his team alive by making these plays. As you can see, 3 people alive for simplicity.
They're going to get the bell tower.
Okay, so nice rotation. You got to hear the communication. Sneaky
All right.
he doesn't need to die for it. This is the rebirth for simplicity right now. That's going to allow them to spawn up and get another attempt at this.
Sneak. Such a great play.
That was such a good play. The fact that he was able to stay alive as long as he was. Now you can see the resources, the cavalry coming right here for simplicity.
Sneaky's in a fight right now in this hallway. He is outnumbered here for the moment. He does get reinforcements coming up. Do they know he's there? Do they know Hezzy's marked? Hezzy did get marked. They know he's there. Hezzy down as well. This is huge. Is Xena going to be able to do it? The crossfire coming out. Sneak is going to go down as well. I do believe Hezzy, or Xena, he's going to escape for a moment. All 3 members are there. Before I said you don't need to die for E. Right now, the game is on the line. Xenon exclusive and Toy. What are you going to do?
But the boom is going to be up in just about a minute as well.
For sure, Rubik's is telling them the boom time. They're not going to use all their resources on E until they have that boom shot, I would imagine.
The guy waiting in the market for the boom
They
shot.
haven't pinned. The push is going to come through.
You got to win this fight.
And the misroll by exclusive. And he's on alternate, too. He shouldn't be misrolling.
Oh, Hydra on both the kills. F is going to be broken, though, so this game is not over just yet.
It's over.
And the points aren't too high right now.
After what you saw in the last round, you think it's over?
It's over. Boom shot's about to be up. Space Station have control. Nades are going to be up.
Crim got
Instant are
boom
gonna be
shot.
up. This is
it.
over.
Yes, this is definitely Space Station's round to win. Boom shot in control, huge point lead.
Thank gosh I voted for Space Station.
That's weird. Weird.
Yo, Belly,
I'm so happy
you got a Photoshop.
Space Station.
Got a Photoshop?
Yeah. Edit the-
Oh! The down comes through. Sneak. He's going to keep him alive.
This is going to give them a man advantage.
Keep your eye on the score, though. 172-110. If you're
You gotta go.
You have
gotta
to
go.
fly. Toy shuts down
Go.
Pepsi as well. It's a 5v3. I told you, with the way that this series has gone, it is by no means over just yet. Space Station on the back foot. Hydron with 1. He shuts down Zenon, but again, that push can still come through. Boom in hand.
He has a whole nother rocket.
10 seconds.
Should
10
be
seconds.
that. Anyone else pushing? One player from behind. It's exclusive. He's seen. Exclusive falls. And just like that, Space Station take the round 13 in crazy fashion. That whole map was insane. And, well, someone just let out a roar right in Toy's face.
Remember that one round that Space Station stole from Simplicity?
Yeah. All the difference.
That's
all
the
the
difference
difference.
maker. And people, like, you got to play 100% at all times, because if you go 98 and the other team's going 100, that 2% will kill you in the end.
So, Benson, are you happy? You got what you wanted. Space Station Gaming.
I'm a genius. I'll tell you, though.
The Space Station Gaming is going to be on the main stage next against Reciprocity. So now we're going to have to look forward to that. And there's so much on the line because now this is a do or die.
Yes. I believe what? If Reciprocity beats Space Station, all teams are 1-1.
Yes.
Then it goes down to, what is it? Maps 1, then
My head is already hurt.
If it's map 1, Reciprocity needs...
Well, that was a 2-1. Bear in mind, that was a 2-1.
Yeah, they would need a 2-0.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Simplicity is still sitting in a very good spot right now. I don't think they could possibly even get third place in this pool for the fact that they 2-0'd and then they just took it to a map 3, right?
This matchup coming up is going to be extremely even, too.
Well, Reciprocity needs to bounce back. I know going into this tournament, they didn't expect to lose to Simplicity. I saw Affinity. He wasn't very happy as their coach. So this is their moment in this tournament. You know, day one, it is single elimination. You have to turn
if
up.
that's the game that's next, though.
Yes, next on main stage.
You just come off a round 13, game 3 win. You're hyped. You're screaming. You're going to go play on main stage?
Yeah.
Ooh, that momentum. Reciprocity about to get, they're going to get steamrolled. They're going to get absolutely
When Space Station was losing, I was saying maybe they're jet lagged, maybe they're a little tired, but if anything would wake them up, it'd be a match like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when Toy's yelling for rounds, on rounds, then you're going to wake up.
I was scared. I was spinning around. I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
You saw Craze. Craze got up and yelled back at him.
Absolutely.
Craze is ready.
As soon as I saw the boom shot picked up, the players die and everything, the round's over.
My heart
It was
sunk.
really close at the end, but with boom shot, with that narrow hallway, there's no way Space Station is losing that.
No.
It was a great attempt by Sneaky, though. That was a really great attempt by Sneaky to keep them alive.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, it was Simplicity just really just giving Space Age Gaming just all the momentum to pick up the boom shot. The guy wasn't even shot once. That's something that really can't happen. When you're this high in regards to gameplay and Gears of War, you have to know they're going straight for the boom shot, especially if you're going against Space Station Gaming of all teams. But let's talk a little bit about what happened on the main stage between Fury and Hive.
Yeah.
So, Fury, 2-0ing Hive. Yeah, so Hive now sitting at 0-1, Fury on top. Is it pretty much what we expected so far?
Yeah, for the most part, we kind of expected this to happen. One thing I didn't expect is how flat handles came out.
Both maps.
That literally made the difference. So they're basically playing 4v5. So I mean, Hive, when they're looking back at this, the first thing handles needs to know, the team needs to know. I wouldn't harp on it too much because then that's overkill.
It's gonna wear 'em.
But you need to let him know, hey, just step it up. That's it's simple as that. Just step it up just a little bit, and then we go from there.
Can we give a big shout out to the old man franchise? Franchise literally saving the whole round right here in this play, picking up his 5th kill right then and right there. But moving on to Diner, it was pretty much business as usual. Fury just outclassed.
I mean, Rips kind of pulled it, right? I asked him, is this like a favorable map for them? He was like, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they just kind of played like it. There was a couple moments where rounds were close. Maybe they dropped a couple rounds they shouldn't have done. But hey, they get the job done. 2-0 is a 2-0. They're top of the pool right now. They just another win, and they're going to the winners bracket, baby.
So all these pulls pretty much shaping out well, except the pull of death. The pull of death pretty much has me sweating, gives me a headache just even thinking about it. But just overall, Fury on top as we expected, Optic Gaming on top as we expected, and it's pretty much turning out to be pretty interesting to see how the actual brackets will turn out. But taking a look at the maps, Forge Bliss, Fury won 7-4. After that, Diner, Fury, victorious 7-3. But overall pool play, which pool really grabs your eyes other than Pool D at the moment? Because that's going to be the easy answer.
Pool D.
I said Pool D.
I don't care what you say.
If I had to pick another one, it's gonna be Pool A. Rise to me, I was able to cast that match. Honestly, I was just lost at their overall strategy. Lost.
I mean, all right, when you look at these pools real quick, right? You essentially have this situation where Optic Gaming, they're going to play Cyclone. That's going to be a win. So they're 0-1. So Rise versus Cyclone to go through.
Okay.
Hive versus Fire and Ice to go through.
Yeah.
You look down at the bottom one. Fable's already out, so you already know which teams are going through there. So C is essentially irrelevant. It's just in terms of seeding for the bracket. Pool D, that's anybody's game as it stands right now. So you have basically 3 games which really are crazy. Cyclone Rise, Hive versus Fire and Ice, and then you look at that pool of death, the next game up, Reciprocity versus Space Station. They're the 3 games tonight which are just absolutely insane, and it's going to decide so much.
I have a question, Ben. You've been around for a long time. You know a little bit of something about Gears of War, right? Coming into this next game.
Small amount.
We saw what Reciprocity did in Toronto.
2v2 yesterday. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Against Blaze?
You can rap.
Blaze was on my team, but it was against the devs. It was on the dev stream.
It was stacked teams.
I saw some of the gameplay. That was impressive.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that. That was good.
Benson carried.
He's nice.
Benson carried.
He carried Blaze.
I carried Blaze. I have more kills than Blaze. Guy, you're my duo. I love you. That's not acceptable. I look at you for guidance.
This is why you're the captain of the talent team.
There you go.
Hey, there you have it.
What was the question? Sorry.
Coming into this matchup, we see what Reciprocity did in Toronto. Going against Space Station Gaming in a must-win game.
Yeah.
Must-win.
Have to win.
Do you have faith in Space Station Gaming, or is Reciprocity
I have a ton of faith in Space Station. To my point before, you win at round 13 like that, you are feeling so good. Then it's like, all right, go set up on main stage. You're going to let me win at round 13? You're going to throw me on main stage? Bet. That could honestly be a 2-0. Reciprocity, I feel like their play style actually may play pretty nicely against Space Station in terms of pacing, but in reality, I feel like that hype factor is just going to be too much, man. Your adrenaline is going, your blood is pumping. I don't have much faith in Reciprocity. I hate to say it because I love to see storylines.
I want to see the maps first.
We're gonna say, are you gonna be on the desk next?
I'm gonna be on the desk.
All right, so
I want to see the maps first, though.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hang tight. We're gonna see you soon. PR will be joining me once more for the very next game, which will be Space Station Gaming and Reciprocity in a must-win, do-or-die scenario. This is the Gears of War Pro Circuit Invitational event here in Columbus, Ohio, where these guys are playing not just for bragging rights, but also for a great cause.